hello and hello. I'm saying it 3 times because there are 3 CISC ladies here today, 3 for the price of 1 for this special birthday Instagram live. We are bringing all the Clapotis love to you guys today. Jenny is here on my left. She's going to pop in and say hello. Oh, wow, took you a while. Jackie is here on my right. She's going to wave. Hi. There she is. Caitlin's here too, and she might come and say hello. Go on, Caitlin.
Hello.
Hello. She doesn't have the CISC name, but like, we'll accept her as part of the crew. It is lovely to see you all. In case you're just joining, I can see a bunch of you are popping on there. We are announcing, launching our 15th birthday celebrations today. Thank you for your lovely questions that came in there during the week, so we can focus a little bit on telling you some of the history of This Isn't It, if you're not sure where we came from or what we're doing. And we are going to show you up close and personal some of the beautiful colours that we've been previewing over the past 2.5 days. And they are part of pre-orders that are going on live. So it is pre-orders that we're doing for our Clapotis kits. This is my one that is, we figured actually 14 and a bit years old, not 15, because the shop is 15 years old, and then the original knit along that we did happened obviously a little bit after that. But where am I going? There's like rattling happening outside here in the centre. Thank you for all the lovely birthday wishes. Yes, pre-orders are going live at 6:30, and they will be shipping out to you guys on the week beginning, I wrote it down,
13th.
The 13th of September, because we've had some calendar issues in the last few days. So thank you for joining us. I will throw this off. Whew, because it is still August. Winter is coming. I will give you a little bit of a preview of, because not everybody knows what a Clapotis is. So this is what it is. It's a beautiful wrap scarf hybrid, I suppose, because it can be worn very beautifully as a scarf. But I generally take this with me in the days when you go traveling, and it is my beautiful blanket for traveling, airplane, all of that sort of stuff. So we'll show you a couple of different ways that you can wear it as well. I think though, just to settle in, I'm very excited. Can you tell? I'm very excited. Oh, yes, it's 15 years, Mother.
I know.
Mother. So I'll pop that on one of our trusty mannequins over here. Yes, and we will deal with some of your pre-submitted questions. You're obviously, please do, if you have any additional things that you'd like to know that we don't cover in the next few minutes, 20 minutes or so, I will scan back and check in for those, and we will answer them for you. Okay, whew, settle in. So we had we posted up a little sticker earlier on in the week, just say, is there anything that you'd like to know about the previous 15 years? And Cobra Girl said to us, where did the idea for the knitting shop come from? And she also said, congratulations. Thank you, Cobra Girl. So the idea for the shop came from
You were traveling.
You're old. My fault. I went travelling after university and took up knitting while I was backpacking in New Zealand and Australia. Fell evidently head over heels in love with the craft, and came back from that experience. I was training to be a lawyer. Well, in that I'd done my degree and was supposed to go on and study to be a barrister. But instead I got Mum back into knitting, because you would have knit back
guys when you were little.
when we were teensies, and she also became quite obsessed. But I brought back the good stuff. I brought back, because I visited yarn shops while I was away, some beautiful places, Sydney and Auckland, like just fabulous yarn stores, and they would have had Joe Sharp yarns and just lots of lovely natural fibres. So when I came back to Ireland, I couldn't find them, and we would be ordering online and everything, and we had a couple of disasters, me and Mum. There was an acid orange green that had looked, do you remember that one?
I do, it was a ribbon yarn.
It was a ribbon yarn. She was determined. She still knitted up, even though she never wore the actual garment. So we had a few disasters of just things arriving that weren't expected, and Mum was looking for a change of direction as well.
Yeah.
And we ended up saying, okay, well, let's give this a go. So I'll come back into more of the history then of where we started and how we got on, but it was, the two of us looking for a new direction and being utterly obsessed with knitting and, just wanting to bring other options to Ireland that weren't there at the time. So thanks for the question. I'm going to ask Jackie, what has been the biggest surprise in the 15 years? Do you want that one?
Surprise.
Biggest surprise?
Go on, say what you said earlier. Say it.
Say that. I think the biggest surprise is how successful we've been, I think.
Oh, that's nice.
And just the community that's built up around the shop, and just the lovely customers that give us so many compliments and just keep us bolstered, especially in the last 18 months. It has been so tough not having you guys in the shop. It's been tough on everybody, but we are so grateful. Thank you so much for all of the help. But that, I suppose, is a surprise, so...
She says it's a surprise and forgets about all the hard work.
Oh,
There's been a lot of hard work.
No.
So a lot along the way. And Mum did actually part of the history is that Jackie did a start your own business course.
Oh, I did.
From the local enterprise office here in Dublin, and that was invaluable as well. So
yes, it was. Because the initial dream was to have a knit cafe straight out of the blocks, middle of Temple Bar somewhere, And I started this course, and on the very first night I realised and I was told, that ain't going to happen. You start small and you grow, and you put things in very slowly, and that's what makes a business last. There you go.
yes, and we definitely did. We started very small, and with a market stall and a very simple website. I was working part-time, so were you. So we were taking no money whatsoever out of the business, just completely a labour of love, absolutely, for the first year. Getting up at crazy hours in the morning to go down to the Blackrock Market on the weekends.
Yeah, boxes
And things piling out of Jackie's little polo to put on these rickety shelves and all of that stuff. But we did grow then, I think, because of all of that effort, obviously, and the wonderful response we had from the community here. We did grow quite quickly in the first year, and we ended up with a sort of semi-permanent kind of building unit in the front of the market, so we were more like a proper shop within the first year, which was great too. So that's a bit of a history. That's a good long time ago now, but that is how we started. So thank you for that. Was a long answer to a simple question. So what was the biggest surprise? I numbered these in a different order, so it's going to take me a second. Aoife has said, Aoife M 2020. Hiya, if you're out there. You're saying, what is the biggest challenge we've overcome in running our own business in this industry? Change. An awful lot of change is what we were talking about. I think for me and for Mum, when I became a mother myself, that was a massive relearning curve for sure. And I think I did that thing where I expected that when the baby came along, my first boy, that I would work while he napped, and everything would still be possible, obviously after a little bit of a break. But that we quickly learned the hard way about that. But
She laughed.
Jenny's laughing at me because Jenny was a mammy before I was, and so and actually learning to pace myself a bit as well, because realizing that had to be done in order to just stay sane, I think, in all of that. That was a big adjustment, but it also had a very good consequence, which was that we had to hire more help in as well, and really the team and the staff that we've had over the years have just been completely wonderful, and you have to get to that point in your business where you're willing to delegate, where you're happy to let a little bit of control go. She's
Very
laughing.
hard.
She's laughing at me. So's Jenny. But yes, that's been the biggest leap. But we've done better. Have you got something to say? She looks like she's something to say.
No, I don't. No, you're okay.
Okay, you just get yarn. So that's that one. Mary, I love this. Mary said, "Why are you tempting me?" It's our job.
That's what we do.
This is what we do. And Alana's on there. Hi Alana. Alana worked for us. I love you, Alana. It's lovely to see you. Alana now lives over in the States, and her 2 boys who were so small. They're like growing up and going to college now. So it's really nice to see you. And thank you. Somebody's saying they're loving the story. That's Nick. And how long have we been in the Powersports Centre? So we were 2006 is when we started in the summer, and we moved into the Powersports Centre in a little tiny unit for September 2008.
Yeah.
And we ran both locations. We had the Blackrock Market location and the small little tiny one in the corner for 6 months with me, Jackie and Aileen. So just between us, there was like Thursday was this odd day where you'd like switch halfway. You'd go out from the city centre to Blackrock, which is a suburb, in case you're joining from overseas. It's a suburb about 20 minutes south of Dublin on the DART, the light rail system. So there was all sorts of madness. I don't know how we did it, but we did. And then after the 6 months, we said, no, city centre is where we're heading to and where we're going to grow. So that's what we did. 2, 5. So yes, Patricia then had said, can you tell us more about your history? I think we're sort of running into that now. And you'd heard that we'd started 15 years ago in a place called Blackrock. So that's, I'm not sure if Aileen might be watching back later on. So a big hello to you from the Blackrock days. It's our first staff member. And why did we move to the new place? It was, I think I could see that knitting was getting more and more popular, and that if we didn't make a leap, and that was a scary leap, to come into the city centre and pay city centre rates and take a big long lease, that if we weren't going to do it, somebody else was going to get there before us. So that's what made us come in here. And equally, I think in 2011 is when we moved into this big unit, and that was a big scary leap as well, because it was sort of, a bigger shop, more space, all of the costs and everything that went with that, but that was 2011, so that's 10 years ago. So it's worked out. Thank you for all of your support for that. So what Surf Una says, what was our favourite knit along?
Gosh.
Hello. Jenny, here she comes.
My personal favourite one was it an official one though? Or did we all just knit Colour Affections?
Colour Affections.
Yes. Like, and nobody could knit just one. Everyone had at least 2 or 3, or I think Jackie even had 5, she's telling me. But it was just, we just blew up with them, didn't we? We had all of these plans to like line the streets with them and everything. But that was my favourite little one.
Yeah, I think that might have been back when Jenny had first started working for us. It had come from being a complete knitting newbie to making shawls for days, very quickly lace shawls, all sorts. So that would tie in with that timing, because I don't think Townhouse yarns existed at that point. No. So that actually segues nicely into, how did Townhouse yarns come to be?
So I started working here I was trying to figure this out, 2012, when Caitlin, who you'll see soon, was only 1, and I was getting back into work, and I think they were kind of short-handed, and I just came in for a weekend and never left. But of course they had to teach me on the job. So I threw myself into it, was doing my second project was like highly cabled, wasn't it? It was a scarf with a hood and pockets.
Oh,
do you remember that? Yeah. All cables. And so then obviously I very quickly, like being surrounded by pretty yarn, loved Malabrigo was first, that's what we were doing all the Colour Affections in. And we were winding for days, big muscles, for those. And so then obviously being around other hand dyes that were stocked in the shop, I really kind of just got taken away with all the different ways and colours and everything like that. So I said to Lisa, I'd really like to give this a try.
We had those boxes, didn't we? With the...
Yeah, back in their Blackrock days, they used to have a dye your own sock kit that they used to sell. Now they didn't have them in This Is Knit at the time, but Lisa thought, I think I have one of those hanging around my house. So she found it, and gave it to me, and I dyed my own socks, but I put like wrapping them up and put them in the microwave to heat them. Yeah, that's how he did it. And so I was like, oh, I really like this. And I think we knew somebody who was kind of offloading some dyes, Yvonne. And so we bought some of those, and I continued to play around. And then it was the summer of 2014 that Townhouse Yarns began. So that means 7 years old. I didn't realise that. So 7 years going.
Hopefully you don't have a 7-year itch.
So we're coming up to date. We're getting there. And in the past couple of years, obviously the other thing that we added, so there was initial growth of the shop, Townhouse Yarns came into being, and then we introduced Woolen, our yarn festival, which has been very much on pause given all the situation. We won't even talk about that right now. We're waiting for the Irish government to make some plans about how live events can come back, and that's another live at some stage. So we're coming up to it. I'm going to just scan back and see if there's any other particular questions. I did see people asking, is there going to be a kit for the Clapotis? Yes, so that's how and why we're celebrating this milestone. We can't have a big party. I don't know if you looked at the Instagram stories earlier on where we showed some pictures from our 10th birthday party that was here. So instead, because the beautiful Clapotis design was our first impromptu knit along back in our market days, and I realised, and Jackie realised as well, every single winter the Clapotis comes out of the drawer. It is like the go-to shawl. It always just jumps out, it's classic, it's wearable, the yarn is super dreamy, we wanted to make more of them basically. So what better way to allow us to make more as well as you guys, but to have a knit along and to share some things like how we modified both. Jackie's and mine are modified a small bit now. This is a very accessible pattern for anybody kind of relatively new to knitting. If you picked it up during the pandemic or anything, we'll get you there, because we have video tutorials coming up, a Facebook group, Zoom parties, all that sort of stuff. So it'll be a lot of fun and a little trip down memory lane, but with a twist, because this time it's going to be with Townhouse Yarns and our own new special base. So that is that. I remember lots of people kind of with memories of the shop and the market, and they've paid visits, and thank you for all the good wishes. Thank you. So okay, you guys are the best. I think I know we've been showing you the colours on Instagram and everything like that, but I think seeing the skeins in real life and kind of turning them around. So we're going to show you some colours, turn the skeins around, let you see, because I know there's been some comments of kind of how would I ever choose my colours, so let us help you with that. The yarn, first of all, see how good this is Westbury worsted. Your fibre content is 50% superwash merino, muslin free merino, 50% silk. Obviously it's a worsted weight. There's 100 grams in each skein and 184 meters worth of beautiful yarn. So this is Toffee Pop. This is the first colours, and then I'm going to turn the camera down, show you 2 skeins of each shade next to each other so you can see what they're like. And then Caitlin, do you want to show your colour now? She's been waiting patiently. Come on, you do that because I'm going to change the camera around in a second. Good do? Yeah. Everybody, this is Caitlin. Jenny, do you want to introduce her?
Yes. This is Mini Me. And this is the shade called Caitlin that she inspired because she was in the studio with me one of the days over the summer holidays, and she said to me, "Mommy, can I dye some yarn?" And I said, "Of course you can." And so she explained to me what she wanted it to be. She was kind of talking about sunsets and stuff like that. So with very little input from me, I just kind of got her to explain what it was that she was hoping for. I showed her kind of everything in the range that I had, and then I let her go a bit wild. So, and this is what we got. So, this is Caitlin.
Are we going to
this? No.
So that's work experience for you. So this is the next generation that's coming along. In 15 years' time, do you want to work here? Yeah, okay, great. I've got a nod there. That's the newest employee coming on. Okay, let me see if I can turn you around. Oh, there's lots of lovely hearts. Did you see the hearts coming up? Yeah, oh, super hearts, and people saying it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's my favorite color, or favorite shade for such pretty colors, and gorgeous. Oh, you got to thank you got some words. Well done, Caitlin. There you go. You did great. Now, see, there she is. She's pretending she's shy, but she's not. Now, let's go, oops, down here. Oh, look, we've one in progress to show you as well. Okay, so let's see how the light is. So this is your closer up view of Toppy Pop. Just 2 skeins because there's always going to be natural variations across them. So you can see what that looks like. Don't let me forget to show the work in progress. Actually, I'll do it now. This is the anniversary shade. This is 15. Now, prior to all the beautiful drop stitches, have you dropped any yet, Jackie?
Yeah, I have, yeah. Just on
Whoop.
this.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
It's the
Hold
end
on.
that the yarn is out of.
Oh, yeah.
Tucked under.
Hold on.
There they are.
So that's how the drop stitches start to appear. Oh my goodness, if I could remember how to do the pattern. Trust me, we'll get there. So that is just how that one is knitting up, so I don't forget, because we're going to get very distracted by all the beautiful shades now. Hold on. So, nexties is Vault. All sorts of... We wrote lovely descriptions about these, and then when I get onto this live, they will depart from my brain. But you can see it. Isn't a picture or a video worth a thousand words? So that's Vault. Go through them. Jenny is lovingly presenting these to me from the floor. No, they're in baskets, but the baskets are on the floor.
I'm on the floor.
Jenny's on
yarn's
the
in
floor. The sheen is absolutely amazing. Linda's saying, "Be still, my beating heart." And Molly said, "The thought of dropping stitches in this way scares me." I know, it did us all the very first time, but I promise you it works out. So what you do, and you can go on and have a look at the pattern now, because it is a free pattern on knitty.com, is you knit into the back of the stitch before and after the one that you are going to drop. So it is fine, it doesn't go anywhere. It's not even half as scary as steeking. So it will work out, we promise. That is Oasis. This is the colour I'm doing mine in. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And Overlords. So yeah, Patricia says dropping is the coolest part. It is. It's really, you have to kind of do it as you go, because you get to really see how it's all coming together. Look at those pretty speckles. So Overlords is the colour that, one of the colours that was created for a recent collaboration we did with Norn Yarn. I think I saw Tuva on. Hi Tuva. And Julie Knits in Paris. So we had to bring it into this mix, and the staff kind of fought over that one as well. So
Denny won.
Denny won that one. And keeping along a sort of bluey theme, this is Maureen's version. Maureen's going to do this one. Polarize. All of the team got some Clapotis kits as a little birthday present to them, because we really wouldn't be here. There's no way we'd still be going without all of their amazing support and skills and wonderful. They're absolutely super. We really, it sounds very naff, but we're a family here, so we are. Apart from when people argue over Clapotis colours because Joy is giving out because Denny stole Overlords from her. Okay. This is Dublin. Now, the Dublin is the GAA, the Gaelic colours of Dublin City and County. So that is why we've got those beautiful blues on this. And yeah, Dublin, actually, like the Irish for Dublin is actually Baile Átha Cliath. So Dublin means black pool, doesn't it?
Viking
Yeah.
name.
It's the Viking. I knew there was some further historical
Dove is black and
dark
Lewis.
pool or black
It's
pool.
actually black pool.
Yeah.
weirdly.
So that is your Dublin. There we go. Trench. Trench got a lot of love.
That's one of my favourites.
Yeah. Yeah, Mum has knit with this a
I
lot
have
actually in the last while.
managed and, yeah, altogether.
There you go. So there's these really cool burnt bronze tones in it, next to your really, what is like silvery aqua blue. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, I love the rust tones. Thank you. We're getting there. Jackie is in fact not knitting with Jackie this time, which may surprise you all, but then she's knitting with the anniversary shade called 15. So these are her special birthday colours that became part of the permanent range, like Jackie.
Thank you, Jenny.
So that's Jackie there.
We're special.
And it's one of, actually you can go quite wild in your colours in your Clapotis, because what the drop stitches do is sometimes you get in hand dyed yarns like a natural pooling effect in the way they're dyed, but your drop stitches break that all up as well. But we will talk in the knit along about blending your skeins together as well. So but if you want to have an impact and go really super colourful, you can absolutely do that. And this is Briar. You caress, like I'm holding it like a little baby. It's just, these skeins are just so squishy. They really are. So that's Briar, lovely natural greens, golds, turquoises, some rusty reds popped in there. Yeah. Will the camera handle it? Boing! This is Big Bird. Now, who was saying they want to make it because it's their new neutral?
The new black.
The Big Bird is the new black. I think it was Carol. No. Oh, I'm trying to remember.
Used it in their Breaking Tide.
Oh, Breaking Tide. That's right. Yes. So, someone I wish I could remember your name. Sorry. Had used this in their Breaking Tide knit along, and just has decided that Big Bird is the new black, the new neutral in their wardrobe. So, love it, love it, love it. It would be amazing. And if you were to, the next time yarn festivals are on, wear that Big Bird Clapotis, baby, and we will spot you from the aisles. Lovely. And Caitlin's back.
It's Carjolie.
Carjolie, there you are. Thank you, Carjolie. So this is Caitlin. Yes, she did. She needed her close up. Somebody was asking, are there browns in there actually during the thing? So is it naturally?
It's part of one of the golds. It's like a deep burnt.
Okay,
gold.
part of one of the golds comes out in a deep burnt bronzy gold shade like that. So there is a wee bit of that in there. Lovely. So you can see a little closer up, getting there. Spiced plum. We were saying we got very puntastic, Jenny, didn't we?
No, that was
Well, it started to lead in from Spiced Plum, yes, as we were writing the yarn descriptions for these. We were talking about setting your world alight and all this sort of stuff with Spiced Plum. Feeling hot. Followed very swiftly by Bonfire. So originally this was a Halloween special, but it ended up being part of our permanent range because you can see why. So many beautiful things we have paired this with. We have Joy. Yeah, Joy is making her version of the Clapotis in Bonfire, and it is fantabulous. And we finish with, whoopsies, here we go, 15. So all these beautiful bright spots among the charcoal darkness. That is, we were going to come up with a very clever name for this yarn, and I was on holidays, and Aisling was doing a little bit of the preparation in the background. She says, I've just put a placeholder in, I've just called it 15. I was like, 15? Like spelled out? That's really cool. So we went with simply 15 for the special anniversary colours. So I love it. I kind of wish, sort of wish, no, I'm going to make two. I'm going to make one in this as well. So that is, are they blacks or browns in Bonfire? Someone was asking. Nancy?
Blacks or browns in Bonfire?
Oops.
It's black.
It is
But
black.
there is gold in there, so once you get those mixing together, it does give off a brown effect.
Okay, can you hear what Jenny's saying there? I hope so. Do you want to say it just one more time? So that's Bonfire next to those. There you go.
So there's no brown per se, but there is black mixed over kind of golds and burnt oranges. So you will get kind of spots that give you a brownish effect, if that makes sense.
Perfect sense. Okay, so hopefully I went through all those at a reasonable speed, but if there's any, I will take very, very quick requests if anybody wants to see one or two colours again. If not, then we can go through just some of the dates for the knit along and what you need to do if you want to take part. Let's see. Oh, you just send all the love. I love it. Thank you. Okay. So, hello. They keep moving these buttons on me on Instagram. Hi. Can you show vault and trench again? I can. And I'll show them side by side. If you're like really, really finding yourself struggling to see which pole or something. Oh God, okay. See, this is delay in the Instagram comments. And the minute I decide to change them, but what we'll do. Okay. So, right. That's okay. Keep coming. I'll show you more. Vault and trench again. So trench and vault. Just making sure. One skein of each beside each other, just for comparison purposes. The light's a bit different here now, but that gives you an idea. Polarize, please, and toffee pop if you find that.
Polarized there.
Thank you very much. Polarize. And somebody's turned up their brightness to Jenny.
There's toffee
There you
pop.
go. Toffee pop. Would you recommend doing a fade? You could, but the only thing is, and this is part of the pre-orders, so in order to not have her head explode, we're doing pre-orders for the kits, so there's 4 skeins in each kit, and pre-orders are going to be open for a week for that. Now, if you're a newsletter subscriber, if you're not, jump onto a separate screen and sign up to the newsletter now. You're going to get a special discount code that'll be valid just until this Sunday. But the pre-orders will be open for a week, then they'll close and Jenny will have her dye schedule and everything will get dyed. So all of these were dyed for our photography, but there is a massive amount of yarn in the studio awaiting Jenny's loving attention. So they're only listed on the website in those 4 color or 4 of the same colors together. We will have single skeins available later in the autumn. For the moment, we're focusing on making sure that we can ship the Clapotis kits to you guys on time for our plans for our events. So I will give you the key dates for that. So any pre-orders placed this coming week, we'll start shipping in the week beginning the Monday the 13th of September. If we can get it to you sooner, we will, but that's kind of our line in the sand for that. Then we're having a cast on party on the 7th of October, which is a couple of weeks afterwards, but the point is to allow all of the kits to arrive with basically people from further afield, because we would have customers in all countries all over the world, and hello if you're joining us from further away. So that means that they'll all be able to cast on with us on the 7th of October, and we'll have all of our tutorials, all of our help, the chat in the Facebook group, and another Zoom at the end. Basically, it's been our birthday year, so we're going to wrap up with a festive / birthday party on Thursday the 16th of December on Zoom again, so everybody can join in. Oh, hot. I'm gonna get them to talk. Would anybody got Briar? Because Patricia turned up the brightness on her screen, so she wants to see. Okay, Briar.
This is Briar. There's definitely browns in this one.
Definitely, yes.
Definitely. Go.
Thank you. Are we able to open up the skeins? Nancy, but tell us which colours you want to see. We can try and do that. Jenny's here to re-skein them. She hates when I re-skein skeins. Apparently I don't do it right.
Just so particular.
She is. Toffee Pop and Briar next to each other. Let's do that. Oh, I love that I've got help.
What did I do with the Briar?
Did I just throw it in here?
No, I have it.
Okay. Toffee Pop and Briar. Different lights there, so you can see. Great. Dublin and Big Bird. I love it.
Dublin and Big Bird.
I'm gonna get them in every live that I do because then all the yarn just gets handed to me.
Pretty.
I like that.
This
Oh,
nice
that's
one,
so
though.
good. I know. I promise single skeins are coming. Okay, we just got to get some dyed schedule, studio schedule stuff prioritized at the moment. Don't worry, all of these colours will be listed with their names on the website at 6:30, and you'll be able to scroll back through, and we'll make sure that this is available for playback as well, so you can always dial back and have a look. So priority, woo. How do you wind skeins into balls? Okay. We can do that for you here. It might delay the shipping of your order a small bit, but we can do it. We have a motorized winder. You just need to pop that in the comments section of your order, okay? Once they're wound, they're not returnable. That would be an important thing to say, but we can definitely do that for you. If you want to wind them at home, you can do so with just 2 chairs and your hands, or somebody else holding their hands out to hold the skein. We have a video tutorial on that on our YouTube channel if you want to check that out. And it's very possible. And with these, the worsted weight, they're 184 meters, so it won't take long to do. I think that's...
Yeah, I did it over my knees.
Jackie did this over her knees. That's a hand-wound ball. You can do that. But we do have a whole tutorial on that. Big bird skein. Alien says, I'm moving house on the 22nd. Could the kit be shipped late? Yeah, again, just pop the comments in your order and we will we'll take note of that. No problem. Big bird. Caroline. Let me show you. I love a big bird. So, this is... Try and bring all the colour around for you. Very bright. Oh, I made a mess of it here. I'll be in big trouble. Oh yeah, actually, here's Jenny to wind a skein of yarn. No, hank it, re-hank it. Re-skein it.
Okay, I try and teach people this all the time, but I have my little way of doing it, and I'm probably going to do it way too fast. But so I always have the end of the tail, the kind of bit that you cut
where you're tied it off, yeah.
And I just keep twisting until I feel it kind of, getting enough tension in it, and then I generally give it one last turn on one side, only one side, because it makes all the difference. And my hands are like,
when you're trying to do something live.
And then another thing about it is you have to kind of rearrange it before you pop the end out.
Tidy it up.
Does that make any sense?
Make sure.
But I do have like a motorized skein winder now, so I have a skein twister. So, but yes, maybe that's why I'm out of practice. Still. No, I'm very particular. They all have to be wound the same way.
She's been known to come into the shop and rewind the ones that are on. It just, very, very particular. And then she was doing them all by hand because she was so particular, and then giving herself tennis elbows. So the motorized winder ended up in the studio too. So, okay, so I know I'm probably running a little bit behind on your comments. Could you please open up Toffee Pop? I'm going to give that to Jen to do. Can I have one of each and a bank loan to pay for them? We haven't expanded out into financing. That's not on the agenda, but and so excited. I'm glad. I love all the excitement. Thank you so much. Love the new color. Will we have it on the other lines too?
Sorry.
Show it up.
Sorry, I'm going to show you Toffee Pop. So you can see all the beautiful speckles there. So you've got golds and olives and burgundies and navies, and it's pretty. There
There you go. Will we put 15 on other bases?
Ooh.
Maybe at Christmas. And then decide. You see, we'll have to discontinue some other colors if we're going to add in some more. So that's up for discussion, and I imagine the more of you that say please, 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 the more likely it's going to happen. Is that Jenny's clone? Yes.
There's no denying. Come here.
Yeah, look at her. Look at her.
There's no denying it.
No, yes. So, yes, the next generation of you're very artistic as well, aren't you, Cakes? Yeah, she's very into her gymnastics and her dancing and all sorts of cool stuff. You're very, very flexible. Sorry, we do yoga sometimes, pre-pandemic. Yeah. Aw. Anyway, we're getting back into that. Okay. So your first little on, great, I'm delighted. Well, you're very, very welcome. Is Big Bird in fingering weight? Yes, we have it on Fade Street usually, and Clarendon. Yeah, it is. It's part of the general range. So all of them. It looks very different on Tara. It looks different on Tara because Tara is a kind of grey brown base, but it is gorgeous. Susan was knitting in the garden while watching and wishes us a happy birthday. Thank you. Hi, Susan. Okay, so let's show you the work in progress and try not to get tangled up in the everything. Okay, so it really looks, before you start dropping the stitches, it just doesn't look like it. There's a big swathe of stockinette. But Mum is going to tell you about it. Tell about you. Did you start blending?
No, I have. Just
Okay.
look, I got two going here.
Yeah, that's why there's two.
Yeah. Okay. So I was just obviously here on one skein.
Yes.
Then I noticed there was this kind of thing. I thought, okay, no, I know the ladders will probably break it up.
Yeah.
But then this one. So I thought, do you know what? I'm just gonna blend just to see. And Joy's blending as well now. She's got to this part too.
Yes.
So at least there's two ongoing now with blending, and a couple that are just going to use single ones as well. So you'll have both things shown to you. And I also have gone one extra increase, and
Yes.
Joy has as well. So
Okay.
for an extra wide shawl. Not
So-
that we really needed it too wide.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
I'll show you on a finished one. When we're talking about blending, is basically using two balls of the hand-dyed yarn together, knitting two rows, so over and back with one ball, and then over and back with the second one, and you keep alternating, and that minimizes any gathering of the colors in hand dyed. But what also minimizes in this is once Jackie drops those stitches, you'll see that these ladders will completely break up any sections like that, and it won't be as obvious that there is a patch of colour in one section. So both of our shawls are made a little bit wider than the pattern, and the reason being see where I get my purple and green from? This was the start of the
Goes
purple
way
and
back.
green.
Goes
All the
way
start.
back.
When the pattern was originally published in Knitty, it called for 3 skeins of the original yarn, and it was updated to 4 because often people weren't quite getting it out of the 3, and there's nothing worse to be right at the very end, and not being able to source another one in that batch. So we knew that it only just went into the 4 skein, so what we did was basically made the stole a little bit wider. And then you can add an extra bead in the straight section if you're confident as well about your yarn usage. So you can like weigh it as you go, because it's a triangle, a bias knit straight piece and then another triangle, so you can it does use the same amount of yarn to the halfway point, and you can plan it out. We'll go into all of this in the knit along group and in our videos as well. But I was going to say something. What was it? Oh yeah, that I weighed this, and it is 370 grams of yarn. So you are going to be, if you follow our slightly wider instructions, you're definitely going to be using the lion's share of your Westbury worsted skeins, and yeah, making the most out of the beautiful skeins that you have. Whew. Okay, I need to tell you one or two more things. It's 6:15. Let's see. So what's our 15-minute warning? So as I say, all these kits are going to be available for pre-order in 15 minutes. And they will be shipping out starting the 13th of September. We will be casting on the 7th of October. If you can wait that long, I won't be making the rules if you really have to do it before then. But jump in and to the groups and the Zooms and stuff. Get inside, get involved in the social side of it all, is what I mean to say. Cocktails mandatory for the stitch drops. Yeah, they help. They do. We're on board for that. So the cast on party on Zoom is the 7th of October, and the festive wrap your clapper around you is the 16th of December. Okay, so there's plenty of time. If you're a new knitter, you won't be under time pressure for getting your work done. You can use, the pattern calls for 5mm needles. It says straight needles, but you can absolutely use circulars if you find knitting over and back on circular needles to be more comfortable, which I do, and I think everybody else here does as well. And your kit's prices are $116.95 for the 4 skeins by themselves, and then we have options to add in. This is knit enamel pins. If you want like a little extra souvenir, a nice This Is Knit pin, or a nice Townhouse Yarns pin with sparklies. We like sparklies. Or you can do both as well. So if you're in the UK, I want to say that we collect the VAT on your order. If you're pre-ordering a kit, you will definitely be under the threshold for that. It's 135 sterling is like the cutoff, but once your order is under 135 sterling, should be very smooth sailing over the water to you without too much admin or hassle, or any extra charges. There might be a small amount admin on the courier side, but no scary VAT charges, I promise you. Oh no, don't tell me that. Somebody's saying having trouble getting onto the website. Listen, it's Shopify. They should be doing it. Okay, and yes, we will show you how to wear the shawl, because we haven't done that. Okay, thank you for reminding me, Michelle. Okay, I'll do one, Jackie will do one.
Which one are you?
So, I don't know, I'm just going to throw it around my neck for the first time. So, obviously, you can wear it as a scarf. If you look at the pictures on the original pattern, it's actually not really blocked, it's not stretched out, so you can see it's a little bit more bouncy, and that would make it a bit smaller, so that's also an option, but mine is really stretched out, and I like it that way.
Okay, so in the depths of winter, if you want just to have something really nice up and tight against your throat and under your coat, so literally I have draped it, scrunched it up, draped it halfway, and I am literally just going to do this. Now, but because it drapes really nicely, I don't know if you can see, sorry, yes, there we are. So that would be so warm, and it's not too much hanging down either, and that's literally it halved. I'll show you now. So I literally have halved it, and just around the neck and through. Voila! See that?
We're getting very French now with saying voila. It is long enough, and there's a lovely drape and weight in it, that you can kind of toss it over one shoulder like this, and yeah, just be very, I think this very sophisticated way. Do you think? Yes?
I agree.
Yeah.
There we go.
And I just like wearing it like this. Literally, it's just like a blanket, but it just goes over your arms like that. You drape down the back, don't notice the pull stitches. There we go. Nice and simple.
And I think if you read the story about when we were doing Instagram lives back at the start of the year, and the commentary started coming in about this original shawl, I showed that I had wrapped it around loosely backwards. I'm going to do it again, actually. So, wrapped around loosely, and then just pulled one corner up and tucked that in here. I think that was sort of it, so it was more of a triangle to the front way. We will record a separate video about this so we know what we're talking about. Okay, here comes the other ways.
And it had to be done really, didn't it? Sorry, there you go. I literally just pulled it on over my head and gone like that.
That's to save your hair when it starts to rain.
Yeah, exactly. There you are. Why not?
And if I ever get on a plane again, this is the way I'm going to wear it over the top of me. Okay, so that's a bit of 15th birthday messing around. We will probably let you go so I can go and have a look at that website. I'm sure it is it's going to be fine. I see that Aisling, our lovely Mama Likes to Make, is saying that it is a pre-order, so don't worry, it's not like some of our launches in recent times where the stock is kind of sold out super fast. So you will have until Sunday. If you're still a little bit on the fence about your colours or anything like that, you can Use your discount code though before Sunday, choose your colours, and if the website causes you any trouble, just do pop back before then and we'll get you sorted. Loudcraft said that it is working fine for her, so fingers crossed. It's just maybe a local issue and it'll be resolved soon for you. So I think we best say goodbye. Thank you for joining us for this special feature, for again, for all of your lovely wishes.
It's been epic.
It's been epic. It's been great. I've got Jackie to do a live. And thank you.
In another 15 years.
Yeah. And Caitlin's going to join for the next one as well, aren't you? Okay, super. Next big birthday. Thank you so much again. Thank you for all of your support and your encouragement. We really appreciate it. And have a lovely, lovely evening. Bye.